Drop it.
Yeah. Those Eagles, y'all. Phillies. Yeah. 76ers. Take 215. About to go live. We elite boy street Philly on the rise. Wise guys, no surprise. Haters will despise. We debate every take. Hit the like and subscribe.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Take 215.
What up, what up?
My name is Deja. This is my dad, Ryan.
That right.
Thank y'all for tuning back in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and follow us wherever you get your podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to, we surpassed 200 subscribers.
Right. We had like about 206. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Each and one, every one of you.
Made it to 200.
Yep.
Yeah.
So appreciate y'all.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Just rocking with us. We're going to try to have some treats and things later on.
Yeah, we couldn't do this without y'all guys. Couldn't do it without you.
Appreciate. What's going on? Sorry, y'all. We thank y'all very, very much for rocking with us and tuning in.
Yes.
And being patient with us as we grow and learn as podcasters.
Yeah.
Professional yappers.
Yeah, it's progress, not perfection.
And exactly.
Yeah.
You got your Kelly Green on?
Got the Kelly Green on, got the Randall Cunningham on, and you got the DJ on.
Yeah, we doing a little throwback moment.
Yeah, a little throwback today.
So I guess we can. How was when was the last time we recorded? Was
a couple of weeks ago.
What games were we talking about? The Giants game?
It was Saquon'S Revenge last pod we did.
And then we had Mello on. We're talking about the Bengals.
Yeah.
Shout out Mello. He did a good job.
Shout out Carmelo. He did a great job.
Yeah. How's your week's been?
It's been pretty good. Man. No complaints. Going to work, coming home, and just doing what I do.
Good.
How about your week?
I'm getting a little scared because it's November 1st and it's 80. It's November 6th and it's 80 degrees.
Right.
We don't live in Florida.
I know. Is that global warming?
Yeah. Al Gore told us. Was it Al Gore?
Dick
Cheney? Dick Cheney.
Al Gore said something about that?
I think it was Al Gore.
Oh, okay.
He warned y'all a while ago.
He was a vice
for George. And
okay.
Yeah, y'all
Al
didn't
Gore.
listen
I remember
to him.
Al Gore.
So now he's sitting back like I told y'all.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get a little chill because it makes you feel. I mean, it's not.
But last week it went to 70 a little bit.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Next week it's gonna be dropping to the 50s.
Okay.
I got some outfits I need to get off.
Oh yeah.
We got boots and stuff we need to put on.
You got some boots.
Yeah. That we got to put on.
You gonna put your Timberlands on? Shout out to D. You gonna put your Timberlands on?
So if somebody out there can tell me, I dropped. I was eating an olive, right?
Right.
And it was in some whatever olives come in. Maybe it's like I don't know. I dropped it on my butters. I don't know how to get that off.
It won't come out.
It ain't gonna come out, is it? You
I
don't
know.
If anybody got some Timberland tricks,
but all you got to do is YouTube it.
That's true. I could YouTube
will show you how to do everything.
Yeah, everything. You can do anything on YouTube.
Oh, you try suede cleaner and a brush?
Nah.
That's what you need
to start with?
Yes.
So on one of my Timbs, I got, not that, I only wear my Timbs for, a purpose.
But you know what, though? I used to wear them, coming up in Philly, like, we used to wear them year round.
Yeah.
But now, the older I got, they ain't comfortable on my feet
Oh, my God,
more.
they so heavy.
Yeah, I can't rock with the Timbs
The butters,
no more.
did y'all call them butters?
Yeah, and we had some beef and broccoli.
Yeah, well, beef and broccolis is Timberlands too, right? Yeah, I know those.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to all the... Oh, speaking of Timberlands, did you see Jason Kelsey? He was on College Game Day. He said that he told Pat McAfee that he could kick a field goal in Timberlands. And he is out there in jean shorts and butters, just missing the field goals bad. He be doing anything.
Yeah, I like that guy. I seen him on YouTube dancing.
Yeah.
Go backstage going crazy.
They calling that the South Philly tuxedo. Because that's what the Italians wear in South Philly, like the velour.
Yeah.
He's so funny. What I would give to have a beer with. Like, he just seemed very, very fun.
He's
we
real.
miss him. I feel like, too, speaking of the Eagles, I feel like they probably miss a little. Lane, I know Lane is a very vocal, good leader. But losing him and Fletcher Cox, I think that's what took a little bit of time for them to get it together a little bit.
Right. And to develop a leader in the locker room because Jason Kelsey and Fletcher, they were the two.
Yes.
But you know what, though? But Brandon Graham, I still see him.
Of course, but yeah.
He's still, making some noise in the locker room and on the field.
But he's more of like, he seemed like the funny leader.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Fletcher might have been a little bit more serious. And so was Jason.
Yeah.
So we lost that on both lines.
Yeah.
And now we got the youngest D line, even with Brandon Graham being 35 or 6, however old he is. We got one of the youngest D lines in football because Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Bryce Huff, Josh Webb.
Once they leave, the whole defense be like pre-K.
Yeah, that's scary. But
but I'm proud of them young guys. They stepping up.
Where James Bradbury at?
He on IR. He ain't coming back. I don't know. He probably won't come back. We'll see.
I'd like to see him.
Get out there a little bit.
Because they was going to bring him in at safety. And we're going to have to get in this game. Because if they put Avonte Maddox back on the field one more time...
Why was... Why was he even out there?
And it's bad things happen when he on the field. Anyway, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It has been 2 weeks since we've been here, so we got 2 games to cover.
Right.
Let me get it in my laptop. Let's see. Uh-oh.
I want to let you get in there?
Yeah, I'm going to get in here. One time what was the first game? The Bengals game?
Bengals.
Okay, sorry. Let me calm down and put this in before I lock myself out. All right. So we played the Bengals last Sunday. It was a 4:25 kickoff game
Sunday before last.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, Bengals 17, Eagles 37. We were at Cincinnati.
Wow.
Jalen Hurts was 16 of 20 for 236 yards, 1 touchdown. Joe Burrow was 26 of 37, 234 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley had 22 carries for 108 yards. Devontae Smith led us in receptions with 6 receptions, 85 yards, and 1 touchdown. Mike Gesicki came out of nowhere. It was National Tight Ends Day, so Mike Gesicki.
Right. He had a good game.
Yeah, 7 receptions for 73 yards. And then Chase Brown, who is the twin brother of Sidney Brown, was the leading rusher for Cincinnati, but he only had 32 yards and 1 touchdown. So, thoughts?
That game it
started off weird.
It started off weird, but then they started flowing.
Yeah, gelling bad.
I mean, they started flowing. They were just clicking on all cylinders.
They were. So it started off a little slow.
Yeah, no points in the first quarter.
But that was literally by default because Joe Burrow and Co held the ball for like 10 minutes
on the first drive, and then we had a 3 and out. So.
Did we go 3-0? I think when we got the ball, we was about to score, but then the
quarter ran out.
Yeah, we was about to score when we got the ball.
Maybe you're right.
Let me get it pulled up.
Because I know they
so they got the ball first. It was a 17-play drive for 10 minutes.
10, 26. Yeah.
Yes, and then we got the ball and we scored a field goal, but the field goal didn't come until after the first quarter ended.
Right.
So we were about to cure that bug of not scoring in the first quarter. But I was, even though it only ended in a field goal, I was happy to see that we moved the ball on our first drive and actually got some points.
Right. Actually got some points.
Yeah. And then so after that, it went field goal. We held, because I ain't gonna lie, they was scaring me a little bit.
In the Cincinnati game?
Our defense was, because they was going down the field. They were, because their first 3 drives were touchdown, field goal, and missed field goal. So the only reason that we got back in it was that missed field goal.
That's when that missed field goal. That's when we got back in it. Yeah, because it was
it was 3-10, and they missed the field goal.
And Joe Burrow, Cincinnati, they haven't really been getting blown out.
No, they've been in tight games with bad teams, and tight games with good teams.
Yeah, because Kansas City, it was a tight game with them
and Baltimore.
Yeah.
So when they missed the field goal, we were able. It was 3-10. They were going to go up by 10 points, change the whole trajectory of the game, because after that we got the ball back, decent field position, and we were able to go down the field and score. I think, who was it? It was Jalen Hurts had a 1 yard.
The tush push.
A tush push in there, and then that ended the half. So it ended the half at what did we do? We went for 2.
No, ended the half at
10-10.
10-10.
Ended the half at
because then we got the ball back and scored the touchdown. Sure did.
But that was in the second quarter.
Right.
So at the end of the half, it was 10-10.
10-10. And then we got the ball back at the beginning of the second half and scored.
Correct.
And then after that, it was on the power.
We was rolling from there.
Yeah.
They did score again. They made it 17-17. But then after that, 17-17, then we went up 24-17. Then Cincinnati turned it over on downs. As soon as they went for that on fourth down, and shout out to Cooper DeJean.
I ain't lying.
Like he saw
White
Jamar.
chocolate.
Yeah. He saw Jamar Chase in motion and followed him and didn't bite. Like it was just such a veteran play for a rookie. It was a desperate play on Cincinnati.
Yeah, and he was explosive when how he exploded to the
Jamar Chase wasn't able to fool him. He followed him in motion, pre-snap motion, and was able to get to him. Like it was perfect. And honestly, when they went for it on fourth down, I was like, this feels a little bit. It was only 24-17, so it was only a one possession game. And to me, it felt a little desperate. Like it felt like they thought that if they didn't score right here, they weren't going to be able to catch up. You know,
and that play right there turned the whole game completely around because we had good field position. And then we went down and scored.
Yeah, we got a field goal out of that, and then Joe threw the interception, and it was over from there.
It was a rizap.
We had a touchdown after that. So, really good game. That was up until this point. I don't know. I would still say that was probably our most complete game. Obviously, we're going to get to the Jacksonville game in a second, but the Jacksonville game should have been a blowout, so that's why I'm still...
that's another story,
I like the Cincinnati win the most.
It was impressive, especially on the road.
Yeah, on the road. And let me see, did A.J. Brown play? He did. Okay, yeah, he had... Did he have? No, he didn't have.
And we was and we was underdogs.
No, by 2.5. So it's sort of like a pick 'em because you get 3 points.
Yeah. So
So but it was a really, really good game. That was probably my first exciting win, like a non-stressful win.
Yes.
Well, we forget about the Giants, but it is the Giants. Like we do that to the Giants.
Right.
But yeah, and then so moving on to what was this week? That was week 8. So moving on to week 9.
Week 9.
6. This was 6 and 7. 7 and 8. So the Bengals was week 7, and so moving on to week 8.
With Jacksonville.
Yeah, so we played the Jacksonville Jaguars in Philly at the Link. It was the induction of LaShawn McCoy.
Yes, he had a son with him. That was some good stuff.
Into the Eagles Hall of Fame. So shout out Shady.
Hold me down, baby.
Retired that number so nobody will wear 25 in history.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's really special. And there's not a lot of people up there in the rafters. I think it's just like Reggie White, Cunningham, is
I think Jerome Brown up there.
Yeah, what's it called up there? Mike Quick, maybe.
Oh,
no,
Quick.
People wear 82, don't they? No, people don't wear 82.
I think Quick is retired
up there. So it's a difference between being retired, because Deshaun Jackson retired an Eagle, but it's a difference between being retired an Eagle and into the Hall of Fame. So into the Hall of Fame, they won't let nobody wear your number again.
Right.
So I don't know if Mike Quick is in the Eagles Hall of Fame.
I would think so, but maybe not.
Yeah, but
I would think so.
It's not a lot of people in the Eagles Hall of Fame, so shout out Shady.
I know, shout out Shady.
That meant a lot to him, and that he was so. And this was when I really started getting into the Eagles football, when he was drafted and we had him. But just now looking back on it, like he was so dynamic.
He sure was.
So like I hated the way he carried that ball. Out here, he never touched it, but he just like the way he could just stop on a dime and and just.
He used to eat.
One of my favorite games.
I love Shady.
Yeah, it's the snow game. In
Detroit.
Detroit.
Was it
Detroit. Yeah, that was one of my favorite games ever, because he went crazy.
He sure did that snow game.
Yeah, so congratulations to him.
Congrats, Shady. Shout out to Shady.
So they did that at halftime, but we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 28-23. Trevor Lawrence was 16 of 31 for 169 yards. Jalen was 18 of 24 for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I think 2 passing touchdowns. I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns too. Let me fact check that. No, he had 1 rushing touchdown and 2 passing, and then Saquon Barkley, 27 carries for 159 yards, but then he also had 40 yards receiving yards, so he had 200 yards from scrimmage.
Wow, Saquon, man.
Yeah, he had 2 total touchdowns.
Giant, stupid.
And then A.J. Brown did leave that game with a knee injury, but now we know it's not much.
Right. They said he practiced today.
Yeah, him and Dallas Goedert, so there's no structural damage. But, that's why we got Smitty. Smitty had 4 receptions for 87 yards and 1 touchdown. So I just want to
And I want to give a quick shout out to Deshaun Dotson. Jahan Dotson with that
crazy circus catch. Yeah. And he said it. They asked him about it. He was like, look, I was a first round pick. Like, I mean, I do know how to make plays.
He tapped it in the air. That was good stuff. We needed that too. That was one of the keys for the game for us.
Yeah. So overall, okay, well, I guess we can't get into this game without talking about the freaking play of the century, the Saquon backwards hurdle.
Oh man, put his butt right in his face.
Are you kidding me? And the dude was standing straight up when he jumped. The dude kind of just had to, like, that is probably single-handedly the most athletic. Because
I started to say something, but no, I ain't gonna say it.
Oh, is it?
No, I was gonna no Diddy references, but
no,
because when you turned around backwards and jumped over, I was gonna say take that. Yeah, we just butted his face.
And dude, I feel sorry for dude. 22, he gonna have he already had a long week. Like the way that the NFL has like made that their social media header.
Guess what? It's
ESPN,
all over everywhere.
It's everywhere. I'm like, poor 22 is gonna have, and so he had on LeBron cleats. Which why does LeBron have cleats? I don't know. But he had on,
about that money.
He had I found, so I don't know if they were LeBron's and Saquon turned him into cleats or what. But so obviously in their Nike, so now Nike put out an ad of Saquon in the air's dope, and
what?
Yeah, and they reversed it because it said it was witness, but they reversed it, so witness is spelled backwards. It's real dope, like, and but yeah, Saquon.
That was I never see anything like that in all my life watching football. And then people forget about the two.
He stuck the landing.
Right. And then people forget about the two moves he made before that.
Somebody said even if he didn't hurdle that dude, we would have been talking about the spin and the juke before that. He made 3 people miss.
And you know what? I think I sent it to you. The reaction from the sideline.
Reed Blankenship had that Home Alone.
And he was like... and Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert.
He was like,
you thought somebody died.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean,
that was.
And Jalen. Did you see Jalen reaction? And people are really talking about Jalen reaction because you know he's so stoic. Like he just laughing. He just like. He pointed at him and AJ. Like AJ, did you see AJ? I'll show you AJ reaction. But Jalen reaction is so funny because you know how he tried to keep the demeanor, but he couldn't help it. He just kept laughing and kept pointing at him. So
and you know what though, man, that guy is such a blessing, man.
Yeah.
And without Saquon Barkley,
he's carrying the team.
He's carrying us right now, man.
Yeah.
And I think they might need to go if we make a couple of win run in the playoff. They might need to restructure. They might need to give him some more money.
I think we'll see how it goes, but he's single-handedly in the conversation for Offensive Player of the Year. I just to think about how he was like kind of his growth, not his growth, but his plays were stagnant in New York because he didn't have the talent around him. We think about when we played the Giants, we knew all we got to do was stop Saquon Barkley. Yeah. And so that's everybody's game plan. And every now and then
he'll still get his foot.
Still bust one loose. Every now and then he's still going to. So I'm just so happy for him. I mean, he looked like he having fun again.
And it takes a lot of pressure off of
Jalen.
It takes a lot of pressure off him. The receivers. Yes.
And that's why Jalen has gotten so good. Obviously, I think he's been doing a lot better just since he got in the league as far as passing. But he's able to drop these balls in the bucket the way he is because he's having time because the defensive line is just really having to second guess. Are we going?
Especially when they go play action.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, so,
they don't know what Say going to do.
No, and they know with Saquon Barkley, you give him like a little bit of, you give him 1 millisecond. Yeah,
and he almost broke one against Jacksonville. He almost broke twice.
Yeah, and then that fumble, which was not a fumble.
Yeah.
So the game got close. We'll talk more about the game. The game got close. After the rule in the NFL is the ground cannot cause a fumble, and that's exactly what happened because the dude tripped Saquon. That's the only reason why he fell.
And the referee said, and they said that the by contact he that didn't make him fall. They said he stumbled a couple of more, but it looked like a fumble to me.
You know when they go upstairs to the rules analyst, he said it wasn't a fumble. A lot of people like old referees that do when they go up to upstairs. Right. Obviously not in New York, but because it didn't make it to New York. But that wasn't a fumble because had that dude not clipped his ankle, he would have went to the end zone.
Right.
So anyway, but that is what kind of opened it up. Jacksonville gets back in it. They go for 2.
Right.
And then I think, let me go look. They went for 2 twice. So And we'll get to Nick Sirianni, but just this game shouldn't have even come down to Nakobe Dean game-ending interception. Shout out Nakobe Dean. That was a good play from Nakobe Dean.
But one bad call turned the whole game around because they scored a touchdown and then So
and enough people I was watching and somebody commented. I was watching a lot of the media shows. It's like enough people aren't really talking about the bad call that started this trajectory. Of course, Nick Sirianni.
Right.
Nick Sirianni left 9 points on the board, but that play started it.
Right, that play started it. But if he didn't lead the 9 points, if he took those 9 points, it still wouldn't have mattered.
What do you mean?
We would have still been up. I mean,
that
wouldn't. I mean,
that gave him mojo because then it was 16-22.
Yeah,
but Jalen did go down and score. But then Trevor went down and scored. So it gave them the mojo. Though.
Yeah, she gave them momentum.
Momentum because it was literally everything was double. They had 215 yards. We had 447 yards.
Yeah,
they had 3 turnovers. We had 1.
Yeah,
they had 14 first downs. We had 21. Time of possession was 38-21.
Yeah,
that game shouldn't even come down to Nakobe Dean in a game interception.
And you know, and I'm glad that we showed the resilience to stop that. And
somebody said last year they would have lost that game.
Yeah. And shout out to Nakobe Dean, the young guy, because I don't know what Devin White would have made that play. but
him and Zach Bond had a day. Zach Bond got the interception.
Oh,
they both had interceptions.
Zach Bond. So Zach Bond is shout out to him. He's playing like a beast. He never played inside linebacker when he was with the Saints. When he was and he was an edge rusher.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And I thought he was older because he looked well.
Because he bald.
He's bald. He's only 26 years old.
Yeah, he younger. Yeah. So the game shouldn't have been that close. I will half blame Sirianni, half blame the ref for that call.
But still, I blame more Sirianni because I think we'd had the 9 points, even though with that play.
They would have still been down by so much, I don't think they would have had that much momentum.
Exactly.
Like once they scored and they realized, it's an 8-point game. And shout out to Jalen, though, because even after let me go pull up the play-by-play because I'm almost sure after that. Oh, and we finally scored a touchdown in the first quarter.
Yeah.
we cured those woes. So after the fumble touchdown, after the fumble touchdown, we get the ball back and we turn over on downs. 4th and 3.
That's right.
You do some weird 4th and 1. You do some weird rollout instead of just running the ball. Instead of either doing even though they were stopping the tush push, even instead of going for the tush push or just giving the ball to Saquon.
And was we on the 40 then? That was field goal range. Then, wasn't
we would have been,
Yeah.
And then after that, we scored touchdown, then they scored touchdown. Then you pass up 2 40-yard field goals.
Then when the kicker
and then want to kick a 57-yarder because you like, oh crap. Girl. Yeah. We'll go ahead and kind of pivot into the whole Nick Sirianni situation. So he left 9 points on the board.
Yes, I really didn't like that.
We went I get the one time, I don't even get, so they had a penalty on the field goal. So 17-0. You take a point off to go for 2 for what? What's the difference between 17-0 and 18-0? It's still a 3-possession game.
Right. And because they took the point and went. So
instead of it being a 3-possession game, it was a 2.
And you know what though? I'm all about, and I used to have the mentality like go for it, but
it's driving me nuts.
But when we have a lead like that,
just kick the field goals, keep stacking those little points.
Yeah.
So that was when he went for 2 2-point conversions. Tush push 1. Jalen did break the plane. He did, but anyway, we didn't get 2, and then we were inside the 40 twice, and he didn't kick the field goal. So that's 9 points.
Yeah. I was talking to your Uncle Willie in Philly. He said he had no problem with it, but I was like, man,
that's Nick Sirianni thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I don't know if it would have been that deep, but had we lost that game,
he'd have been up out of there.
I think so. Because they probably said Kellen Moore can run this show better than this because of the talent we got.
And you know what, though? And on Jacob Sports, one of the guys said, I kind of wish they would have lost that game.
To get rid of
Nick.
Just to get rid of Nick. Yeah. It's really, like Pat McAfee has a segment on his show. It's just like, I don't want to overreact, and it's like his always Philly fans that they put up there because it's so funny. Like they were like, this is how they treat Nick Sirianni after a win. Could you imagine if they lose these games? Like I really want to find one of them, but it's just so funny. But yeah, we'll see what happens as far as Nick goes. I don't know. I was talking to Joe and Juwan too, and one of them was like, I can't remember which one was like, I can't wait for them to fire him. I was like, but Nick has such a winning record, and he has never missed the playoffs. Like, and Joe was like, I think it's going to take us losing him, costing us a playoff game for them to get.
Yeah, but I think Kellen Moore can run it.
Be a head coach?
Yeah. He was, yeah.
But he won't be able to focus solely on the offense. Like, so it'll take, because obviously we know his skill set.
Right. So they might need,
I think, I don't know. I don't really know why he wasn't a head coach anywhere else. Maybe he's not ready. I'm not quite sure. But I don't know. I think like if they wanted to get rid of Nick and just like let Kellen do it as an interim,
right,
like it will work. But I'm not so sure.
Yeah, but I'm cool with our coordinators. Maybe another coach would be like a Belichick or something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's that. So we move on. Next week is Dallas week.
Yeah.
So a little bit about Dallas this past 2 weeks. So they lost 3 straight. They lost to the Lions. They lost to
the Lions. They lost to
the 49ers in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, yeah.
And which is crazy because people predicted that. They said after this bye, they got the 49ers, Atlanta, and Philly. In Houston and Washington. Somebody's like, they will lose all of those games. And
wow.
I'm not, obviously, Dak got injured. He's caught on the sideline saying we effing suck. A lot of people didn't really like that just as a leader, as a leadership type thing.
Yeah.
You talk them to the backup quarterback. It's easy to say you not in the game anymore. You just kind of look. A lot of people didn't really like it. Maybe say you suck. Don't say we.
Yeah.
Say you suck.
And then they be reading lips, and especially if you got paid all that money. Yeah. You gotta be a leader.
And they think he's copping out and going on IR when he doesn't necessarily have. Yeah. It's a hamstring injury. Why? Mike Evans not on IR.
Yeah, on the facility they say he quitting.
Yeah. Yeah. James Jones got a lot of flack for that, so they revisited it. He was like, look, like just for, we're not saying you can play next week or maybe not even the week after, but Mike Evans literally injured that same hamstring twice and has never gone on IR. So it just, I don't know. We'll see whatever it is. Cooper Rush, I think, is a decent backup. Yeah. He's one of the better backups in the league.
Yeah. He still can,
But CeeDee Lamb has a sprained AC joint.
And
I think Michael Parsons is coming back.
So
Trayvon Diggs got a tear in his calf. Like they are really beat up.
And we should win this game, but I said at the beginning that we'll split.
I don't think so anymore.
So you think we'll?
No, if anything, we need to be talking about maybe we can at least split with Washington.
Right.
But I think if we got to take care of business both times against Dallas, just looking and this is who they are.
Right.
Whether they have Dak later on when we play them on the back end, but right now they have Cooper Rush.
You're right.
We played and we haven't won in Dallas with Jalen.
We've only
beat them in Philly.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, and then Saquon is 0-10 against the Giants. Hopefully he can get
Dallas.
Yeah. I mean against Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah. So
hopefully Say can get a win.
So we go to Jerry World at it's a 4:00 game again on CBS. Right now, let's see what we are favored by. We're 7-point favorites. Before, we 7-point favorites. Before Dallas went out, before Dak went out, I think we were like 5.
Okay. So we got 2 points. Okay.
Yeah. Because Cooper Rush is pretty good, but keep in mind when Cooper Rush went 5-1, he had a lot. He had Amari Cooper. He had Michael Gallup. Like he had more.
And they said, and Dallas defense was only allowing 15 points a game at the time.
Yes. So he didn't have to put up crazy numbers.
Right.
So I mean, honestly, I'm not even being stupid or silly. We should win this game single-handedly. It should be much like the Cincinnati game. I know it's a division game, so it's a little bit different.
Tighter, yeah.
But I just don't really see teams now know just double CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
they can't run the ball, so let's just double CeeDee Lamb
and let us run the ball.
Yeah, because he might hit Jake Ferguson a little bit in the flat or this person in that Jalen Tolbert or whatever, but double CeeDee Lamb.
Double CeeDee Lamb.
And we might not even do we play more man or more zone? Will we double CeeDee? Zone. So, I think our secondary, look, and they spelling it second DAIRY, secondary, like Dairy Queen.
Why is it spelling like that?
Because it's 2 white boys back there.
Wow. We the only NFL team with 2 white boys in the secondary.
Yeah, dairy, like cow's milk. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They're both playing very great. So shout out Reed and
I know. I'm proud of them guys.
Yeah. Now when he make a play, it's funny because at the link you can hear him go Coop.
Cooper DeJong.
Yeah. So I think Dallas is cooked. You think that if Dak goes on IR, or even if he doesn't go on IR, either way, did you think that they could get back, make up some?
No, because they got us twice. They got Washington twice.
Yeah.
And they got Pittsburgh.
They already played Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh.
That's right. They beat Pittsburgh.
They got Cincinnati.
They got Cincinnati.
And they got the Panthers. I think they'll win.
They'll beat the Panthers.
Did they play Tampa Bay yet?
No,
they got Tampa Bay. Yeah, they got Tampa Bay, the Panthers, us twice, the Giants one more time, and then Washington twice, and then Cincinnati.
That's still not a cakewalk. I mean, especially with Washington twice and Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati kind of.
And then they got the Texans still, and they got the Texans and
they got Texans and after us. So even with C.J. Stroud mentioned some of his receivers, which Nico Collins might be back by the time they play. I don't really, even if Dak played, I think they're just to keep up with the NFC. And NFC's really top heavy right now. Maybe some things will thin out. Maybe Minnesota will come back down. To life.
And speaking of that, Reese had put in the comments last week. He said, "What do we think about the playoff picture?"
I think Minnesota will come. I think they're on a little bit of a Cinderella story right now.
Okay,
they did lose 2 straight, but then they didn't beat a very good. Who did they play? The Colts. They didn't beat a very good Colts team with Joe Flacco. They did beat a very good. They beat a very bad Colts team with Joe Flacco, but before that they dropped 2 straight. So I don't think Minnesota will keep up at the pace that they're currently at.
So
Detroit is in a class of their own. I think Detroit will run away with the #1 seed, but it's still Jared Goff. Like, I do think he can give you a few games.
Okay.
I do think he can give you a few games. And then Chicago has lost. I think the Rams are on their way. We play the Rams.
Yeah.
As long as we can beat the Rams, we got to beat these teams so that way we can have tiebreakers. We have
to play them again in the playoffs.
Yeah, I really think because
we go to the Rams too, don't we?
I don't know, but we didn't have the Rams number for a while.
Yeah. So hopefully,
hopefully we can still get that dub because the Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp have been back. But yeah, Puka Nacua got ejected, but I don't think he got suspended. Or anything.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think we just got to try to win the East because if we don't win the East, I think we'll still get in. We'll get in and we'll have a lower seeding. But if we get in and have a lower seeding, we'll play Detroit sooner than we want to play.
Yeah, and so I would rather us try to
win the East.
Win the East. That's why these games are getting crucial because of Washington record of 7-2.
Yeah, and Washington. I'm so happy for them. I'm happy for Jade. Not so. I mean, it's still a division rival. I'm happy for Jaden Daniels, but they ain't played nobody that good. I'm just being for real.
Weak, right.
I'm being so serious.
And then they schedule's weak. They
got to play the Ravens. I'm about to go to what they got to do. They got to
play Pittsburgh Ravens.
Did they play Pittsburgh already, or did they play Pittsburgh this week?
They got to play Pittsburgh. I think this week.
Coming
up.
Yeah, they play Pittsburgh this week, and I'm hoping Pittsburgh can get them.
Is it in Pittsburgh?
No. They got, they schedule so easy, bro. They got the command. They got
because they were sorry last year.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
They got the Steelers. They got us. They got the Cowboys. They got the Titans. They got the Saints. They got us again, the Falcons and the Cowboys. Wait, they don't play. They don't play Baltimore.
So they don't play the Ravens.
Oh, they did. They lost to the Ravens
already.
They lost to the Ravens already.
Okay.
Yeah. So
their schedule's cake.
Very easy. The only way we gonna get them is if we just beat them twice.
That's the only way.
Yeah, because we got 2. They ain't had their bye week yet. So the only reason that they're a game ahead of us, or half a game ahead of us.
So what's the losable game they might lose to?
The Steelers. I'm gonna say us.
Hopefully, they play Steelers next week.
Yeah. The Steelers, and then they got us. They will beat the Titans. They will beat the Saints.
Yeah.
And I think the Falcons. That's a good game.
Oh, so the Falcons might knock them off.
Yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, we're only a half a game behind them. They haven't had their bye. So as soon as they have their bye, and if we win a game, whoever has a better division record will jump. Right. But I ultimately think it's going to come down to us having to beat them twice.
Yes.
And just having the better. Even if we beat them once, having the better division record than them.
Right. And they hadn't lost in the division yet. Yeah. So.
No, and neither have we. We've only played one division game. A lot of our division games are on the back end.
And if we tie, we at least got to split.
So that way the tiebreaker can then go to the conference record.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or like the common opponents or whatever. So yeah. But
right. Because our schedule definitely strong, is stronger than theirs.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We'll see. But I think the NFC East will come down to us. We just have to take care of business against Washington.
Yeah. That'll work.
But yeah, we got any other final thoughts, takes?
No, that'd be about it.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted to talk about more Dallas drama? No? Did you see the Trayvon Diggs thing?
Oh yeah, we talking about these.
Well, yeah, the reporter just tweeted. I thought it was a fair question. I mean, it wasn't enough for him to be like that. And the other thing is he was still in his pads and everything. So you went straight into the locker room and got on Twitter and searched your name.
That's what somebody else.
You had to.
And you just lost.
You just lost, so you go straight into. It's not like the dude tweeted something so egregious that your brother sent it to you. No, you went on your phone and you searched your name to see what people were saying during the game. And he said, he told Micah, because he's on Micah Parsons' podcast, he's like, I saw the tweet and I was like, oh, he right outside. So I'm gonna go outside and holler at him. And then he was, kind of, whatever.
They're worse than Kevin Durant. They got some thin skin, don't they?
Yeah, on the whole Twitter situation.
Yeah.
But I think it was just in the fashion that you lost and that's your first, that's how you know they got way more things to figure out.
That reporter got inside his head.
Yeah.
He should do like Jada Ramsey. You tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me.
You tell me.
You tell me.
Where Jalen Ramsey at? He in Miami now.
Jalen Ramsey. You tell me.
Sassy boys.
Sassy. Sassafras.
But Trayvon Diggs apologized.
Yeah.
And he ended up telling the rapper the reporter something these nuts, and he ended up gifting him some nuts. He did. Y'all don't like that?
What kind of nuts was it?
It was a little almond mix pack or something.
These guys is crazy. Yeah.
So him and the reporter squashed it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But Micah Parsons said it's not over until the fat lady sing. And somebody said, well, I think it was Shannon said, well, she on Ozempic, so she didn't sing.
Yeah, she
So I just can't see him coming out with Cooper Rush or with
Dak. I don't see him winning.
The NFC is top heavy right now, so I don't know. But anyway,
we'll
see. Can never say never. They're not mathematically out of it.
No, as we speak.
There. But all right, you got any?
No, I just want to give a shout out to Take 215 subscribers and thank y'all guys for helping us go over 200.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all guys, and hopefully we can come back next week with talking about a win.
Yeah, Dallas week.
Yeah. Give a shout out to Sean. Boy, I got to give you a call, man. Hopefully we can get you back on one of these Cowboy games.
Yeah, it's going bad for them. He kind of called it though.
He said it.
Yeah, it's bad. They don't have nobody.
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Take 215.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
Please do.
And we will see y'all next week. Go Birds.
Yeah. Up out of here.